Howdy ladies and gentlemen, Cub here. Welcome to a very special video about the Minecon 2019 Biome Contest. And more specifically, we're going to be evaluating in this video which biome we should be voting for the 2019 Biome Contest. Now, if you're unaware, the Biome Vote Contest is a vote to pick the next biome in Minecraft to be updated. There are three choices right now: the Swamp Biome, the Mountain Biome, and the Badlands Biome. And there will be more information coming this coming week from Mojang about what the ideas are for updating each biome, but we're going to take an objective look today about which biome needs it the most. So we're going to be doing this based upon three criteria. Number one, what sort of rare or unique mobs do each biome have? Number two, which sort of rare or unique items each biome has? And number three, any additional characteristics that make that biome unique. Because if a biome has unique things, and a lot of unique things, it might not necessarily need to be updated as much as a biome that doesn't have unique and rare things. So, let's go ahead and get started with the first choice, which is the Swamp Biome. First mob we'll take a look at is witches. So witches can spawn naturally in witch huts, which are located themselves in swamp biomes. However, witches can also spawn anywhere in the overworld where it's dark, and can also be found in raid waves. So it's not necessarily a rare mob unique to the swamp biome, but since they spawn here more frequently than in any other place in the world, I think that we can consider the witch a unique mob to the swamp biome. Next up, we have slimes, which could be considered a rare or unique mob in the swamp biome. This is the only place where slimes can actually be found spawning on the surface. They spawn on the surface between levels 50 and 70 at night in swamp biomes, depending on the phase of the moon. Basically, the fuller the moon is, the more frequently the slimes will spawn. However, slimes are not unique to the swamp biome. They can actually be found below level 40 in what are called slime chunks anywhere in the world. And they also can spawn even in high light level. And because slime chunks are so frequent, as you can see right here, yeah, we're not going to consider the slime a fully unique mob to the swamp biome, so we're going to give this biome half a point for the slimes. Next up, we're looking at the unique items in the swamp. First up, we have the blue orchid flower. This flower is actually found nowhere else except the swamp biome. However, you can get it from the wandering trader, but still, since it's found nowhere else naturally, I'm going to give it 1 point to the swamp biome for that. Another unique item to the swamp is lily pads. So lily pads are only found naturally generating in the swamp, as well as in the wheat room of woodland mansions, believe it or not. And the Wandering Trader, you can get this through the Wandering Trader, but again, that's pretty rare, so I'm going to give the swamp 1 point for lily pads as a unique item. One final unique block found in the swamp biome is clay. So clay is actually found underwater at the bottoms of lakes in the swamp biome, pretty frequently I might add. You can see there are a lot of clay deposits around here. However, this clay block is also found naturally at the bottom of rivers, which are usually a lot closer to the player on average than going to the nearest swamp biome. So I'm going to give clay blocks a half a point for the swamp biome, because you think of clay as being in swamp biomes, but you can also go to rivers too, so it's not necessarily entirely unique. So we'll give half a point to swamp for the clay block. Next up, we have the things that are unique to this biome. So first of all, we have the structure of the witch huts right here. This is the best place in the world to farm witches in the game for sure. Allows players to farm glowstone, redstone, sticks, glass bottles, spider eyes, potions, etc. However, we've already given the swamp biome a point for witches as a unique mob, so I feel like it's not good to count it twice. So yeah, just wanted to mention that, but we're not going to give a point for this for the swamp biome. One final unique characteristic of the swamp is that any villager born there will actually have a unique skin. So this is the swamp villager skin right here. So yeah, that is kind of unique to the swamp biome. There's no other villager types which have this unique skin. So we'll give the swamp 1 point for this unique characteristic. Finally, I want to make one important note about the swamp biome, and this is something I hope gets fixed regardless of the outcome of the biome vote. Take a look at this water in the swamp biome. What do you notice here about the water? Take a good hard look. If you notice that there are 0 water mobs in the swamp biome, you got it correct. I'll just say it again. There are 0 aquatic mobs in the swamp biome. No fish, no squid, 0 aquatic mobs in the swamp biome. This should change. This should change regardless of the biome vote. Now moving on to the next biome. So the next biome we're taking a look at is the mountain biome. Obviously high snow-capped peaks, a lot of stone, a lot of grassland, and elevated plateaus with not a whole lot of trees. There are passive mobs frequently found here, like sheep and cows and chicken and pigs. However, are there any unique mobs in the mountain biome? And the answer is absolutely yes, and that rare or unique mob is the llama. So llamas are only found in mountain biomes and in savanna biomes. You can also occasionally get them when the wandering trader stops by and actually brings you llamas directly. But other than that, you can't get them anywhere else. So llamas are the mountain's unique mob, and only unique mob. Next up, we have the rare blocks in the mountain biome, and for that we have to actually go underground in the mountain biome, and we can see we have ourselves the first rare block in the mountain biome, the emerald ore. So, emerald ore is only found in mountain biomes below level 32. I think I saw another piece, yep, right over here. And this is the only place in the world you can actually mine emerald blocks like this with Silk Touch. You can't get these from wandering traders, you can't get these from trading, and it's not found in any other biome at any other level. So this is a very rare and unique block found in the mountain biome. Another unique block in the mountain biome is the Infested Stone block, which you can see right here. So this is regular stone, this is Infested Stone. And basically the difference is that the Infested Stone, when broken, you'll see actually drops silverfish. And then if I hit the silverfish, you can see some more silverfish spawn in. And yeah, that can eventually become a pretty big problem in the mountain biome if there are a bunch of Infested Stone blocks nearby. So the problem with Infested Stone like this block is right here, is that essentially you can't mine it, and you can't really obtain it in survival. So if I try and mine this, even with the Silk Touch pick, you'll see that the stone actually drops, but it turns back into normal stone. So yeah, you can't actually obtain it at all, so because of that, I'm just going to give it half a point for a unique block in the mountain biome. As far as additional characteristics that separate the mountain biomes from other biomes, there really aren't any. So yeah, I mean, maybe snow layers, but snow layers are found naturally in other biomes and in much more plentiful numbers. Also, there's no ores other than coal above roughly sea level, and that's also the same with all other biomes. It might be cool to have a reason to go exploring in mountains to find a sort of anti-diamond ore. That is, an ore that would be found only above a certain height level in the mountains. Just saying. Next up, we have the Badlands Biome, aka the Mesa Biome. A lot of people were asking what exactly is the Badlands Biome, and yeah, it's just a mesa. It's just a mesa. So, what are the unique and rare mobs in the mesa? Take a look around. You might notice there are none. There are 0 unique or rare mobs in the mesa. There are also no passive mobs, so no pigs, no sheep, no chickens, absolutely nothing. It is a lifeless landscape, essentially, here. Now on to the unique or rare blocks in the Mesa biome. First of all, we have the dead bush. Dead bush is found not only in Badlands, but also in the giant tree taiga and in desert, which makes it a somewhat rare item, but it's found so frequently in deserts that I feel like this is not unique to this biome, so we're going to give 0 points for the dead bush in the Badlands. And the same thing for the cactus. The cactus is found somewhat rarely in the Mesa biome, as you can see. So you see a couple of cacti around here, but it's found much more frequently in the desert, so no points for the Badlands for cactus as a rare or unique item. However, you might also notice that these dead bushes and these cacti are sitting on red sand. So red sand is actually found only in Badlands and nowhere else. Also, red sand, unlike normal desert areas, are only deposited in a layer 1 block deep. So no matter where you go, you only have 1 block of red sand on the surface, and below that is some terracotta. So yeah, red sand is definitely a rare block. The only other way you can get red sand is through the wandering trader, which doesn't give you very much. And because red sand is only found in the Badlands, we also have to give another point to red sandstone, which actually is found nowhere in the world. This red sandstone is actually not generated anymore post Minecraft 1.10 when it was removed from the entrances to caves. So you can find red sandstone only if you find red sand first, so that is another unique block to the Mesa biome. Next up we have terracotta. So terracotta is found in several different colors in the Badlands biome. Whites, browns, reds, regular terracotta, there's yellows, there's light grays. So yeah, lots of different terracotta colors. However, you can also now obtain terracotta through trades with mason villagers throughout the world. So that means that this block is no longer unique to or no longer exclusive to, I should say, the Badlands biome. You can also find some terracotta in things like desert temples or mason houses. But still, I think that terracotta is what people think of when they think of the Badlands biome. So we're going to give 1 point to the Badlands for the terracotta blocks. Another somewhat rare block you can find in the Badlands Plateau biome is Coarse Dirt. So Coarse Dirt is also found in Giant Tree Taiga biomes and Shattered Savanna biomes, but it's not unique that much, and you wouldn't necessarily think of this biome first as a place to get Coarse Dirt. You'd probably think instead of the Giant Tree Taiga biome. So I'm going to give this half a point to the Badlands for the Coarse Dirt block, which you can see there is actually quite a significant amount of right here. Next up, we have the unique characteristics of the Mesa biome, and one of the unique characteristics is that mine shafts will actually generate on the surface in Mesa biome. So you can see this is one right here. You see some rail tracks being laid down here. Here's some mine shaft structures, and yeah, you can also have like spawners spawn at the surface in mesas frequently. You can see some cobwebs over here, some minecart chests, so that is a very unique characteristic of the Mesa biome. Another characteristic of the Badlands biome is that gold can actually spawn up to level 79 in Badlands, and it also spawns at much higher rates than normal, making it a very excellent biome to prospect for gold. One final note with the Badlands biome before we tally up the scores is that I want to say that this biome is actually quite a bit rarer than other biomes. So the mountains and swamp are pretty frequently found, but Badlands, you might have to travel quite a ways to actually see this biome, and thus the changes if this biome was chosen. So here we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the final vote tally broken up into categories for you to see. So clearly, certain biomes are more prevalent and have more things in certain areas than other biomes. However, what does it all mean? Which biome should we vote for? The answer is blatantly obvious. You should clearly vote for whichever biome you want to.